let me know if you can see my screen. Is my screen visible, guys? Anyone?
Yes, it's visible.
Cool, cool. Okay, so let's say you have a table. What I'm going to call it? Let's just call it table one. Okay, this is weird. Up. Let's say you have a table name table one, and you have another table called table two. In this table one, I have just one column called ID. Again, in this table two, I have just one column called ID. Okay. Uh, the values are 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And in table 2, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 is not here. Let's say 5 and 6. Again, I'm repeating this again. This is an interview problem and not for any junior sort of role. Okay, so you have you have to think about it. It's not going to be that easy. Although you have everything at your disposal, everything has been taught. Nothing is fancy here that hasn't been taught, and you don't know anything about it. Okay, so you have everything. The question goes like this. So you have a table 1, table 2, both columns are named ID. These values are there, just one column. Okay. Now I'm trying to do 4 things. Okay, first inner join, second left join, third right join, let's say fourth is your outer join, and fifth is your cross join. Okay, so 5 different type of joins, and I've told you everything already. If you have gone through the assignments and the solutions, you must know what a cross join is. And I believe I've already mentioned this cross join in the last class. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so inner join, let's go with this template. Table 1 join clause, whoever it is, he can wait. And table 2, table 1 join clause, table 2. I'm just going to put your join clause here, maybe inner, left, right, outer, and cross join. You have to tell me how many rows I'm going to get for each operation. Okay, that's the question. Just a second. Okay, so how many rows, type of joins? So first of all, these are the type of joins. How many rows will I get in each of the join, assuming that I'm joining on just one column that is available, that is ID and ID. So table 1 dot ID is equal to table 2 dot ID. You have 5 minutes here, सबके पास at max. सोचो और आंसर बताओ. And I can ask this question to anyone, so everyone should be ready. यार आंसर पोस्ट नहीं करना है. अगर किसी ने पोस्ट किया है ना तो मैं बताता हूँ तुमको. गुड. नो वन हैज डन एनीथिंग. आंसर पोस्ट नहीं करना है. इफ ऑलरेडी डन विद द आंसर, गिव मी अ हैंड्स रेज. 1 2. मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि इस पूरे बैच में बस 2 लोगों की जॉब लगने वाली है. निखिल एंड हर्षवर्धन and maybe Pramod. We'll see.
Can we just show the table?
Sorry, sorry. I forgot. I was just looking at the name. So I can see 3 guys: Nikhil, Harshvardhan, and Pramod. I was kidding, by the way. If you're going to put your effort and if you're going to get the right answer, in most of the cases, you can be a good candidate as well. अच्छा जिसका आंसर आ गया है I'll give you one option. Ping me personally on WhatsApp if that's possible for you. Just write the sequence. Like let's say इसमें 10 आने वाले इसमें 10, 20, 20, 20. Just write 10, 10, 20, 20, 25. Maybe we'll see. You have 2 more minutes, yeah. Okay, I'm getting some answers. Answers are not matching for everyone. This is, so far I've received answer for 3 guys. Let's see. Last 1 minute here. By the way, interview they are not even going to give you 5 minutes for this problem. This is a simple logical problem, so technically they are going to give you at max 2 to 3 minutes. This question I have personally seen in 2 companies. One was Meesho, the second was Razorpay. Okay, and for Razorpay, I'm talking about senior role. Meesho is also a senior role. This is irrelevant, this information, so I'm just going to rub this off. First of all, मेरे को chat बंद करने दे यार. Okay, I believe those who wanted to try, they've already tried it. Some got the answer, right or wrong, we'll discuss. But so far, I've received ping of 5 guys. Okay, let's see what you have to say online. Vijay, help me out.
Yes.
हाँ भाई पहले तो तू बता इनर में कितना होगा हाउ मेनी रोज विल आई गेट इन इनर जॉइन
6.
इनर जॉइन में 6 कैन यू टेल मी हाउ
टेबल वन का एक टेबल वन की जो एक आईडी है उसके 2 रो मिलेंगे.
सो इन
There
टेबल
is
वन वी
one.
हैव
हाँ.
2 ones ओके
वो
ओके
so that will connect with the one with of table 2.
ओके
Then uh, again in case of 2 there will be 2 rows because
ओके
we have in table 1 there is 2,
ओके सो यू सेइंग
and
दैट
in case of 3 also.
corresponding to this one block you are going to get 2 rows
Yeah.
because this one is going to be
Yeah.
connected to this one so I'll just write this and maybe again this one is going to be connected to this same
Same
for
as 2
this 2 guy
again
okay
for 3.
same for this 3
3
guy
guy.
are we done
Yes. Yes.
are we done? Yes, we are done because these are the matching rows. Everything else is unmatched. 6 is correct. Pramod, what about the left join?
Left join 7.
Can you tell me how?
6 from the previous, and the fourth one will be included.
Fourth one being good, so this is going to be 7. That is also correct. I can see many different hand raises. Vibhor, help me out with the right join.
Eight, sir. 8 rows.
How?
Sir, ID number 1 of table 2 will match ID number of 1 2 times.
2 times.
Similarly for 2,
Okay.
and similarly for 3, and
Okay.
5, 6 will eventually come showing null values.
5 and 6 will come from table 2, but if I'm going to fetch the corresponding column from table 1, that is going to be null, right? So
Yeah,
Yes.
table 1 dot id is going to be null, but table 2 will be non-null. We'll get
yeah,
5 and 6.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
sure.
how many
Yes.
answers here finally?
So, 8, so 8,
6 plus 2, 8.
6
6
plus
plus
2 8.
2, 8.
प्रमोद नहीं नहीं बंद कर दो अपना, तुम्हारा आंसर हो गया. ठीक है. Pratik, help me out with the outer join.
Sir, outer will be 9, sir.
How?
Sir, one, I mean, sir, 1, 1, then 1,
You can use the
1, 1
previous
will be,
answers. You can use the, think about the left is a summation of inner plus the unmatched column from the left table. The right is a summation of inner plus the unmatched column from the right table. Unmatched column from the right table, that means you are getting the column from the right table, but it is unmatched from the left table. Okay, so outer join is going to be comprised of everything from the inner join, unmatched from the left and unmatched from the right. So think about it that way. That is going to make your life easier. So you can use first of all directly 6, right? So inner join का result तो आएगा ही ना उसमें. You're going to get the result from
yes,
the inner join. So build
yes.
on top of that.
Unmatched will be, sir, from the left joint, unmatched will be 4, 4 and null. One
Uh-huh.
from the left joint and one from the right joint, unmatched.
So how many rows in total?
Hello.
Uh-huh.
Sir, 9, sir.
How many
Uh,
rows in total?
9.
9. Okay, Nikhil, is that correct? 9.
Yes, correct.
Okay, can you help me out with the cross join?
So simply the product of the values of the table or column and the values
Okay,
of the
so
table to
how
column.
many I'm going to get?
7 into 5.
75, that is going to be 35. This is correct. किसी का भी आंसर सारा करेक्ट है क्या?
My
Yes, sir.
answer,
Uh,
Yes, sir. मेरा भी
uh,
सही
I
है.
Pra-
I
Prashant.
had I had missed that outer join in for writing the answer also.
So
Okay,
same here. Before better, I'm wrong for outer join.
okay. So I guess there's this one guy, I'm not sure about his name, Vijay. Vijay got, I think, probably everything correct. Is that right, Vijay? 6, 7, 8,
Yes.
9, 35. Perfect,
Yes.
yeah. Perfect. This was the expectation from him. ठीक है, पढ़ाने का कुछ तो फ़ायदा हो कि आगे सिमिलर क्वेश्चन पूछे जाए, यू शुड बी एबल टू आंसर इट. ओके, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू राइट द फाइनल आउटपुट टेबल यार. ओके, डोंट ask me to do it. Okay, so it's going to be same only. Okay, now let me see.
And this is mostly asked question in an interview.
What?
This question.
Yeah.
Mostly asked question in an interview, in
Right,
every
right.
interview.
Right. So I have personally seen this question like twice or thrice, and I've heard from my friends that they have seen this question many times because it tests you from very basic understanding of join, not about the formula कि A union B minus A intersection B flanna ढिंकाना. No, they are not even talking about it.
Mm.
Okay, you have to understand joins on the very basic level, then only you can answer this thing. Okay,
Yes.
now if I want to see that in action, I just do this. Okay, so again, what I've done here, there are two tables I'm creating. Okay, create table demo dot table 1, again id, and create table demo dot table 2. And by the way, you these are data creation, right? So you are creating a data table. In most of the cases, you won't be acting as a database administrator who is creating tables and stuff. In most of the your roles, you will be just fetching the data from some sort of database which someone has already created, right? So in this case, instead of just downloading my file that I've shared in like in the WhatsApp, you can also create like a simple table. The syntax is create table, what kind of columns you want to create and their data type. Okay, and if you want to insert in that particular table, these are the values, right? So in the table 1, I've created 1 1 2 2 3 3 4. I guess this is the same value, 1 1 2 2 3 3 4. In table 2, again I'm naming that column id, and values are 1 2 3 5 6. 1 2 3 5 6. Again, I know for the left join, inner join, everything. So this has already been created. Let me just see if this table is there. Table 1, yeah, and table 2. So this is the table 1. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4. Table 2. And by the way, they are not going to give you access to database like in the interview. You are supposed to solve it on pen and paper. Okay, now if I'm going to write queries, let me just go and create an SQL query. Now select t1 dot id as, let's say, id1, t2 dot id as id2 from, what's the table name, demo dot t1 t1, the type of join, okay, and demo dot table 2 t2. Let's go with inner join. Okay, from demo dot table t1 inner join demo dot table 2 t2 on clause simply t1 dot id is equal to t2 dot id, and how many rows I'm expecting here? 6. Hopefully it's going to be 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. See, the one value of from table 1 is going to be like joined twice, so one corresponding 1, again the second one corresponding, you're going to get 1, and same for 2 and same for 3. So this is fine. Left join, how many guys I'm expecting are? 7. 1 2 3 4. You can see the status here, right? So I just ran this query. The last one is the last query ran, and you're getting 7 rows return. The corresponding id value from second table is going to be null because there is no matching for the fourth guy. This is not present in the second table. Okay, should be fine as well. What about the right join here? How many rows I'm expecting? 8. Let's do this. See, 8 rows returned. Okay, and for right, sorry, you are going to get everything from the right table, and the matching records from the left table, and which are like those who, which are non-matching, you're going to get null. Okay, so right is also fine, and the last one is outer join. Now let's just see what happens if I'm going to run this outer join syntax. Full outer join. Sometimes you write it outer join, and sometimes you write it full outer join. Outer join is also fine. I'm going to write here and run. See, you have error in your SQL syntax. This functionality is not present, as I've told you already in the solution. This functionality is not present in MySQL workbench, but this does work. Now I'm going to show you my own personal workspace, and I'll show the same query. Okay, just give me a second. A minute here, why is taking this much time? Oh, this cluster is dominated. It's going to take some time, but yeah, I'll show the direct result, by the way. Okay, so here instead of demo, I'm calling another schema, that's tpg, and again t1.id is id1 and t2.id is id2 from this table as t1 and the second table as t2 on t1.id is equal to t2.id, and the syntax is again full outer join or outer join. Some cases you're just going to go with outer join, and some cases you need to write this full word. Okay, and you can see that I'm getting the result that I'm expecting. Okay, so I'll just drop down. I cannot run this query because this session is terminated, and it's going to take full 5 minutes just to load this thing up. It's big data system, so it works that way. So you can see that all the matching rows are there, non-matching from the left, corresponding null value from the second table, and non-matching from the 5 6 and corresponding null values from the left table. Okay, should be fine.
You write simply here only join.
What? Just join.
Yes.
This is not going to run. I told you this cluster is terminated, so it's going to take 5 minutes just to restart. It's a big data
Okay,
system.
in MySQL.
MySQL. So just join is going to be considered as inner join. Just join keyword is going to be considered as inner join.
Inner join.
Inner
Okay.
join. And again, left join or left outer join is the same thing. So if I'm going to write left outer join, is going to give me the same result as left join. Okay. Similarly,
Yes.
similarly you can write right outer join, or you can just write right join is going to give you the same result. Previously I showed you with right join. Now I'm showing you right outer join, and should give you the same result. Okay. So as I just mentioned, the full outer join does not work in MySQL, but it
Just write cross join.
cross join. Hopefully this works. Cross join. I don't think cross join के लिए चाहिए, but let's just see. Like t1.id ये नहीं चाहिए. Yeah,
Yes.
you are, because you're not supposed to write that matching clause, right? So going to get everything,
Mm.
and that you're going to get return 35 rows. Now based on this, I can do some filtering. Okay, I can do some filtering where t1.id is something, where t2.id is something, and I can also do this cross join on t1.id is equal to t2.id, and then again in the sample table. The sample table is going to be the result of the cross join. On that, it is going to only look for those value where t1.id is equal to t2.id.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to different
Okay.
result. So in general cross join, that is also called implicit join. You don't mention the equal to clause, because again you want to just do a Cartesian product, and that is the rarest kind of join you'll ever see in your workplace. So in most of the cases, again as I've told you already, it's going to be inner join. Some cases left join. And again, left join is as good as right join. You can just
Right join.
switch the order of the tables. Okay. In very rare cases, we'll be doing outer join, but I have never used cross join in practice. Okay, never.
Yes.
ये बस इंटरव्यू में पूछते हैं, so just keep uh, an estimate on that. But again, if MySQL does not support cross join, sorry, full outer join, how do you do this join if you actually need it? There has to be a way, not maybe the syntax, but some other way around. There has to be a way. Okay, so let me go to my screen for a bit. Keep in mind, and this is going to be relatively quick. Keep in mind, this outer join is what? Outer join में क्या क्या है यार? Results of inner join. Okay, this is slowing my system down, so I'm just going to get rid of this tab. Okay, inner join. What else I have? Unmatched, unmatched right columns, and
Unmatched left.
unmatched left column. Guys, keep your mic off here. Okay, so we are going to get inner join, you are going to get right unmatched right columns, unmatched left columns. What do I mean by unmatched right column? That means something that we have in the right table but not in the left table. Similarly, something that we have in the left table but not in the right table. Okay, let's just work out uh, the full outer join clause here. I've just closed it. Okay, what I'm going to get? 1 1, be with me, 1 1, 2 2, 2 2, 3 3, again 3 3. Now 4, null, 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 and this is going to be corresponding to 5 and 6. Very important यार, ये ध्यान से देखो. This is the result of your inner join. Okay, we are going to solve the outer join problem in MySQL without using the outer join clause. So this is very important. Okay, 4 and null. This is a subset of what? This row will be written in the left join here. Can you see that?
Yes, yes.
Left join में ये वाला आएगा. So this is a result from the left join. So from left join you're going to get this, and these guys you're going to get from right join. Keep in mind, for left and right we are keeping the order, table 1 to the left and table to the 2 to the right, from right join. Now somehow suppose I have the result of the left join, that means I have everything from here to here. Okay, and if I can just get the values of the right join where the first table's matching column is null. Again, let me just be very clear here. This is your set 1. I'm going to call S1, and this is your set 2. S1 comprises of the inner join as well as 4 and null. That is the result of your left join. Okay. S2 is the result of the right join. But apart from these two guys, you're also going to have this part. Let's call it S0. Okay, S0 is inner join, S1 is S0 plus 4 and null, S2 is S0, like right join is going to be S0 plus S2. Anyone having any sort of issue till this point, let me know यार मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. कोई बोलेगा कुछ भी बकवास कर रहे हो आप. Tell me. If whatever I'm telling you is seeming like rubbish, tell me. I'll be able to help you out. Tell me. Cool, no issues. ठीक है. So somehow if I'm going to get the result of my left join and only those results from the right join where the first table value is null, that means except S0. Okay, except S0. And suppose somehow if I'm able to combine them, then I'm going to get the result, this whole thing, that is my outer join. Okay, so कोई मेरे को बता सकता है कि कैसे कर सकते हैं? Anyone?
यूनियन इंटरसेक्शंस का यूज करके.
Perfect. Thanks, sir. Uh, this guy is correct, but I'm not going to tell whether union is going to be used or intersect is going to be used. And second of all, I haven't taught you what union is. Okay, so forget about the syntax. Can anyone tell me the logic? How can I do that? And before that, let me tell you, maybe that would help. Let's just say we have a syntax called union and union. Let's just talk about the syntax first. Union is going to append two result set. Okay, so let's say we have results like this thing. So this is like what? 2 cross 3. Again, this is what? 2 cross 3. Or maybe I can have 3 cross 3. Doesn't matter. 3 cross 3 is 3 rows and 3 columns. Again, 2 rows and 3 columns. If I want to merge these two guys and get to a final table where the records are like this, how many guys I'm going to get? 5 cross 3. Hopefully you are following me here. I have two result set. One is 2 cross 3, 2 rows 3 columns. Second one is 3 cross 3, 3 rows 3 columns, and I want to merge them into a table 5 cross 3. Okay, now the requirement for 5 cross 3 is dependent on, like, in one of the basic thing, that is the row from this table, this 2 cross 3, is already present in the second subset, second set. So let's say this was A, B, C, and then we also have this guy, the second row is also A, B, C. So I have a repeated entry. Okay, and let's just say everything else is different. Okay, and I'll just make sure थोड़ा सा clarity के लिए A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, let's just see A3, B3, C3. hopefully this is visible यार. थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया, मतलब छोटा छोटा हो गया, बट ठीक है. A2, B2, C2, A4, B4, C4. I'll just do a partition here. Okay, see, two rows here, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, three rows here, A3, B3, C3, A2, B2, C2, and A4, B4, C4. There is one repeated entry. A2, B2, C2 is present in the first set as well as in the second set. Now this union and union all, they are differing in their working by just one thing, is that union all, it takes the repeated entries, but union only takes the unique entries. So if I'm going to do set 1 union set 2, what I'm going to get? Anyone?
4 were
4 into 3.
4 into 3.
yeah.
4 into 3, right? The second A2, B2, C2 won't be counted. Okay, so I'm going to get, for union, I'm going to get 4 into 3. For union all, yeah?
5
5
5
into
into 3.
Very good. 5 into 3. Sorry, union all. Perfect. अब ये कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करके कैन यू हेल्प मी आउट, हाउ कैन आई गेट दिस रिजल्ट? And by the way, no one is going to ask this kind of question even in the interview. Some cases they can ask. But
Set 1 union set 2, sir.
सोचो थोड़ा, set 1 क्या है? What is set 1? Can you tell me the query of set 1? First of all, tell your name. कौन बोल रहा है?
Sir, Pratik, sir.
Pratik, कोई issue नहीं. First of all, if I'm going to ask your name now, don't be like, yeah, why is asking mine? I just want to have that reference in my mind. Okay, so yeah, Pratik, go ahead, yeah.
Sir, set 1 we'll obtain from left join.
Set 1,
And,
very good, you're going fine here. Set 1, let me just write it here. Set 1, for the problem statement, set 1 will be obtained from
Left join.
left join, going right.
And set 1 plus set 2. Excellent.
ध्यान से
Set 1 plus set 2 I'll obtain from right join, sir.
पहली बात तो set 1, तो इसकी बात कर रहा है ना? You're talking about this S1?
एक second, sir.
In our answer, I just need two sets. If I have to mention sets, that is your S1 and S2. Somehow, if I can get S1, and then I'm just going to merge with S2.
Union S2, yes, sir. But,
Okay, that should be my answer.
Can I answer?
कौन है? नाम बताओ पहले.
Harshvardhan.
Yeah, tell me.
This we will union left join and right join to get the outer join.
Union of left join is your set
And
1.
right.
So set 1 कौन सा है? Left join है.
Set 1 हाँ.
और set 2 क्या है?
और set 2 exactly नहीं है. Set not plus set 2 जो है वो right join है overall. But union करेंगे तो ऊपर inner वाला join हट जाएगा अपने आप. Repeated values है क्योंकि. That's why we will get
यूनियन करेंगे तो रिपीटेड हट जाएगा, बट थिंक
Hello?
अबाउट, अपने आंसर में तो रिपीटेड है ना? इन आवर आंसर वी वांट 1 1 and 1 1, राइट?
No, like we are doing union of left join and right join, no? So
Doesn't matter. Union, if you are doing union na, in the final answer only unique rows will be repeated. Let's just keep the definition that way, okay?
Okay.
Your
You
answer
can-
is correct. Who is this? या नाम पहले
निखिल
निकल गया. Go ahead यार.
सो हम लेफ्ट ज्वाइन करेंगे यूनियन आउटर ज्वाइन.
थोड़ा सा मेरे को छोटा कर दो इसको. लेफ्ट ज्वाइन करेंगे, ओके कूल.
और यूनियन आउटर ज्वाइन करेंगे.
बट अगेन आउटर ज्वाइन तो काम नहीं करता ना अपने MySQL में. उसी को तो सॉल्व कर रहे हैं बेटा. Nikhil, we are solving for the
Sorry,
outer
we are
join, right? The outer join doesn't work in MySQL. That's why we are doing this whole thing. You cannot use outer
Sir,
join.
S1 union all S2 और मतलब left join union all right join.
Left join union all right join. अभी भी थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ है. You just want this set, but the right join technically is going to return S0 plus S2. So the set S0 is going to be repeated twice.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes,
There's
understood.
just one missing piece here, just one missing piece. Everything else is correct, and I'm very surprised. First of all, I was not expecting कि तुम लोग यहाँ तक पहुँचोगे, मतलब इस problem statement में यार, sorry, but yeah, I'm honestly surprised, positively surprised, not negatively by the way. So yeah, just one missing piece here. Anyone? This is correct. S1 set 1 is your left join. You have to do union all with the set 2 that is right join, but there is a missing piece here. Okay, I'll give you the answer. In the
Sir, I
set,
have to subtract. We'll have to subtract sir inner join somehow. If we can subtract inner join.
just think about it. Whatever has to be done, it has to be in the domain of whatever I've taught you. Maybe there's a way,
Okay.
intersect, union, blah blah blah. I don't care about that. Whatever I've taught you till now, no, the answer lies in that domain only. Nothing fancy that I haven't taught. So I'm not going to tell you कि यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसा करेंगे जो मैंने पढ़ाया ही नहीं है. That's bogus, okay?
Varun this side.
Yeah.
Somehow we can get since these all three values are null values. So if we can find like only null values in our answer, then we can get.
But set 1 is going to have null in the second row. Set 2 is going to have null in the first row.
First.
You're already getting set 1 S1 from the inner join, right? Sorry, left join. Okay? You are doing this set 2 right join. Okay, I'll tell you the answer. In the right join, do the right join, and in the join filter out only those values for which the table 1 is null. Table 1 column is null. Can you see that? Let's call this ID1. Let's call this ID2. So in the right join, only get those values. What you're going to, first of all, what you are going to get in right join? Right join में तुम्हारे पास क्या आएगा? S0 plus S2 आएगा. In the right join, you're going to get S0 and S2. In the right join, suppose if I'm using a where clause, where table1 dot ID is equal to null, what I'm going to get? I'm just going to get S2. I'll show you. First of all, I'm going to do right join on t1 dot id is equal to t2 dot id. See, 1 1 1 2 2 3 3 5 6. Now if I'm going to put here where t1 dot id is equal to is null, क्या आएगा? Only 5 and 6. So instead of this thing that you are saying, just add this final bit and you have your answer. Want to see it? I've already prepared the solution for you. ठीक है? ये देख. This is a left join. Okay? Union all. Right join. And the final, in the right join you are going to mention t1.id is equal to null. And now you have the answer. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 null 5 and 6. Tell me if you still have any issue. निखिल समझा तेरे को?
हाँ यस पीयूष.
चलो किसी को कोई
Hey,
दिक्कत? हाँ.
you were here. Why union or why we cannot use union only? I think it will give the same answer.
Okay, you want to see? ये देख. First of all, you are expecting 1 1 and 1 1, no? 1 1 1 1 2 2 3 3.
Yes.
ठीक है? Union by definition, I believe this is not going to right answer because I think union it takes only non-repeated entries. So let's just see. Okay, see 1 1 2 2 3. That 1 1 is gone. This is required. This is also required. But as I told you, and this was expected, that union removes the repeated entries. So 1 1 cannot remove cannot be present again. So that's why you are seeing just this value. Is your query answered? Why we cannot use union?
Yes. Clear.
Okay? So you have to use union all. Simple as that. Okay, so again, See, I don't know why the developers of MySQL, they haven't implemented this simple full outer join, and for something that can be written in 3 or 4 lines, I have to write this whole thing. But again, this can be achievable, okay? And you just need to know what has to be done logically. फॉर्मूला लगा के तू कोई भी फॉर्मूला लगा के तू प्रॉब्लम नहीं कर सकता. I can bet on that. Okay. First of all, who remembers formula? No one. Okay, so keep in mind, they can ask if I'm going to ask someone in the interview, if they're able to come up with this answer, first thing, why union all and not union? Okay, and the second, first of all, they have to enter this clause. If they have entered, I'm going to ask, why is this line needed? Why is this important? Maybe they know the answer from some place, some internet article or something like that. So that is not going to work. You have to know in and out of this whole query to be able to answer these questions. Hopefully that helped. And what time it is here? Every time I start just one thing and it eats up the whole time. But yeah, it's fine. Koi na. Time well spent. Okay, so far what we have learned is what? Union all. Okay. Second thing, how many of you have gone through your cheat sheet that I had shared? Some, like I'll say, a couple of days back. Hopefully everyone. Let me just see कितने लोग हाथ उठा रहे हैं. Okay, Lokesh, Vijay, Varun. Good. I'm expecting everyone, but again ठीक है. जो लोग हाथ नहीं उठाए, I'm assuming कि उन्होंने भी किया ही होगा. ठीक है. Lokesh, can you tell me what was there in that cheat sheet? Just a brief intro. क्या था उसमें?
There are different joins. I mean, like inner join, outer join, left join, cross join, and their syntaxes. How to write the syntaxes of that, and
Okay.
the outcome of the table, outcome
Okay.
of that syntax.
Outcome of the syntax. So there were like union and union are also there.
Yes,
There was
yes.
intersect, there was except, there was semi join, anti join, cross join भी होगा उसमें. ठीक है.
A cross join. Yeah.
ठीक है. So a few things have already been covered. What I'm going to do is maybe just go with a few more items. ठीक है. Let's discuss. First of all, very important, self join. This is, yeah, non-blank. Self join. Okay, self join is nothing but joining a table with itself. Okay, so I can have a table, some ID and then some value. This is 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Value is 10, 10, 5, 15, 20. Okay, I want to join this table on itself. That's a self join. Okay, what will be the clause? A simple example is like, okay, tell me like join this table on itself and find the value. Okay, so again, it's a very stupid question, right? Joining a table with itself on ID column and find the final output. So what I'm going to do, final output as in like I want to get everything from both table. So t1 dot star, and I want to find t2 dot star, everything from both the tables. Okay, so I'll just write select from table 1, let's call it t1, and let's say I'm talking about whenever you're doing self join, can you see that uh, inner join, left join, right join, outer join, it's all same. I hope you can see that because it's the same table. Okay, so doesn't matter what kind of join I'm going to use. So here from table T1, I'm just going to write inner join. And using this simple logic, I'm going to ask you a different question, by the way. So be with me. Inner join table T2 on T1 dot ID is equal to T2 dot ID. Lokesh, first of all, tell me how many rows will be returned in the inner join.
One. And second table is the same table, right?
Same table. So first of all, sorry, table 1 T1, again table 1 as T2. You are repeating the same table because you just have one table. You're joining the table with itself. So you can see
Five,
that for both table, the table name is same, table 1. Yeah,
five rows.
5 rows. Can you tell me the values? So T1 dot star is going to give me ID and value corresponding to T1. T2 dot star is going to give me ID and value corresponding to T2. Quickly fill out the values. What I'm going to get?
0, 0, 1, 10,
ठीक है, so 0, 0, 1,
10,
1, 10,
0, 0, 1,
0, 0, 1,
10.
10. And similarly for 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 5. There won't be any repeated entries, by the way. So again, same thing. Here I'm going to get 0, 0, 5, 20, 0, 0, 5 and 20. ठीक है? Okay, second problem. And this is quite unfair. कितना घटिया सा question पूछ के I'm going to ask you a different question entirely. And that's going to be much more difficult. It's like assignment में कुछ और exam में कुछ और. But yeah, that's how life it is. Okay, cool. So let's say we have a table called sales. Very important. Again, interview problem. Now we are in that phase where I can discuss these kind of problems. क्योंकि अभी तुम्हें join पता है, group by पे कोई question नहीं पूछता, by the way. So sorry to break it to you. Okay, date and sales. Let's say we have D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. Sales is 20, 30, 40, 20, 25. Okay. Now what do I want? I want for each date the total sales that has happened till that particular day. Okay, so what do I want from the output table? So this is your input table. The output table is for each date I want the total sales that has happened till that date. So date total, I'm going to call this total running sales. That's the technical term for it. Total running, or maybe just running total. Dude, come on. Running total. Again, it's the sales only. What do we expect here? D1 20. D2, what is the sales amount till D2? It's 50.
50.
Good. D3 40,
90,
30, 70,
40.
let's
90.
90. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, ये बच्चों वाले क्वेश्चन सब लोग मत बताओ, ठीक है? 1, 1, 10 अभी जो पूछने वाला हूँ वो बताओ, फिर आधी जनता चुप हो जाएगी. ठीक है? D5 135. Sorry, I'm a little slow in maths. Okay, this is the output table that I want. Can you use whatever I've taught you till now to get me this answer? And let me give you a hint. Use self join, and the next hint I'm not going to give. I'll give you after 1 minute. Socho, how can I get this running total? And by the way, there is a different method. It's called window function that can get the same answer in lesser number of like query rows, code rows. But again, this is something that they can ask explicitly. कि नहीं, उस तरीके से नहीं करना है, you have to do it that way only. Can you get me to this answer? कौन है भाई फटाक से आंसर आया? Pramod. I feel like you have the wrong answer, but again, I'll give you 1 more minute to think about it. or maybe you already know the question. There are two different things. You have given so many interviews, Pramod. Okay, so I'm not going to ask you. Sorry,
One
sorry.
question,
Huh,
Piyush,
huh.
Harshvardhan is that, like, if I use D2 greater than D1, then it will work here, right? In on
Yeah, yeah,
clause.
yeah, 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 yeah. And there are two things I want to get out of this question. First of all, I want you to think about the logic, maybe not the syntax, and then I'm going to tell you the syntax. And the syntax is going to be something new. Okay? So far we have been discussing equality joins where on t1 dot something is equal to t2 dot something and t1 dot something is equal to t2 dot something like that. Okay? Those are called equality joins. Whenever we are doing an on clause where we have something like t1 dot column, let's call it column 1 greater than or maybe less than or maybe not equal to, okay, t2 dot column 2. Now it depends like what column I'm choosing. Maybe column 1 is also, sorry, is also id and column 2 is also id. But these are called non-equality joins because greater than, less than, and this is explicitly not equal to. Okay, so think about it that way as well, that maybe you have to use these non-equality joins in your answer. And by the way, this is a pretty difficult question, so even if you're not able to get the answer, don't feel bad about it. Okay. Okay, apart from self join, and the second thing is non equality join and final aggregation. That means this rings group by. So these are the three hints. इतने में कुछ ना कुछ तुम्हें सोच लेना चाहिए. If no one answers, I'm going to ask Pramod. Anyone else? With the logic? Again, not the syntax, with the logic. Apart from Pramod? No one. And we'll call it off after this question. Nikhil?
No, Piyush.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Harshvardhan?
No, no final answer.
Okay. No Nikhil, no Harshvardhan. Uh, 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 Vibhor और लोकेश. एनी गेसेस
No.
यार, कुछ तो बोलो कि कैसे करना होगा इसको. ओके, थोड़ा सा और हिंट देता हूँ. थिंक अबाउट इट. फॉर running total, for every day I want the sales of all those previous days including that day, right? So think about it that way. The data table that I want for D1, if I want the final aggregation for D1, what do I want? I want the sales for all of those previous days. That means D1 has to be somehow matched with, no, D1 is the very bad example because that's the first row. उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग तो एक ही होगा. So let me just write, for example, D3. D3 corresponding, what do I need? First of all, I need D3. Then I need D2. I need D1 and the corresponding sales. So D3 was 40, D2 was 30, D1 was 20. I'll repeat this exercise again. For D4, what do I need? First D4 itself, D3, D2 and D1. D4 कितना है भाई? 20. D3 is 40, D2 is 30, D1 is 20. Now in the data table, this is not the system that you're going to get. If you're going to get D3, here you're also going to get D3, D3, here यहाँ पे भी D4, D4, D4. Now I've given the answer away, like almost. Now you can just do a final aggregation on this guy. This is going to maybe go in the group by clause, and you're just going to sum these guys. Can you see the answer? The trick is, how do you find this kind of result? Okay, first of all, can you see that this is going to give me the answer? If I have the data table in this format, I can just do group by on this column and sum on this column, and it's going to give me the result. You should be able to see it. Anyone having
So
any sort of
should we apply cross join here?
cross join here? ठीक है,
Maybe different
maybe.
combinations, and then we can maybe filter out some rows.
You're going in the right direction, but again, फिर how do you
फिर
filter out the
उसके
rows?
बाद सर उसके बाद group by date.
Group by से पहले you have to get this data table, no? How do you get this data table? Maybe you're going in the right direction. Tell me.
Sir, because using cross join, I will get different combinations,
ठीक
and
है.
then I can filter out those date which are, I mean, higher. Suppose D4 का combination, suppose D3 का combination D4 के साथ भी होगा सर, तो वो rows filter out कर सकते हैं.
Actually, this is the correct answer. That's the correct answer. But yeah, using this logic, Nikhil, can you build on top of that?
Sorry, on which logic?
Whatever he just said, like he's saying cross join से कुछ ना कुछ कर सकते हैं. So using cross join,
Sorry, I was thinking on it right now.
you're thinking of something else or
So
cross join only?
can we or something else, whatever you have said right now?
Yeah. Something else से भी हो जाएगा, cross join से भी शायद से मेरे को लग रहा है हो जाएगा. But let's see what you have to say.
So we can join the first table, and then we can use the
Okay.
non-equivalent condition of less than, and join it on the another table,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can get that or join on the whatever you are saying,
So you are
and we
saying
can
less than. So what two columns you are comparing? There has to be an on clause, right?
right on we will use on the date column.
Date. So yeah, let's go with the query. Tell me the query. First of all, let's say I want to
I'm sure.
find everything. Uh, First table, you're doing a self join, right? You're doing a self join because you just have one table.
Right.
Select T1 dot date, comma T2 dot date. I'll help you out. So T2 dot T1 dot sales, comma T2 dot sales. From सेल्स टेबल का नाम क्या था भाई? सेल्स ही था क्या? चल ठीक है. सेल्स T1. What kind of join?
So we will use the self join or inner join
Okay, inner join sales T2
on
on
T1 dot date
T1 dot date
date greater than T2 dot date,
greater than. I want that day included as well.
greater than or equal to,
Greater than
equal
equal to T2 dot
date
date. Then
uh, then we will use a group by date.
ठीक है. Group
Group by T1 dot date.
T1 dot date. Are we done?
So we can use here the filtering of the having by the having,
Maybe
or whatever this.
I'll get rid of the select statement. This is something that you have to tell me.
I think by this query we will get whatever the result you have explained.
Group by T1 dot date, and I want date as well as the final running total. So what do we put in the select statement?
So so we will put the T1 dot summation of T1 dot whatever the column name of the
So
another
if you're
column.
doing T1 dot date, first of all you have to put T1 dot date here, right?
Right.
Right, and that has to be written separately. It cannot be in an aggregated function, right?
Right.
हाँ ठीक है. Next, what do I do a summation of?
I'm not sure of the which column we have to summation.
Right. It's bit tricky. खुद सोच थोड़ा सा. You are almost there. And by the way, the first guy who was telling me the answer, that guy is also correct. I'll show you how. Nikhil, you're almost there यार. खुद सोचो ना.
Summation of which column I don't know exactly.
अरे तो
We
खुद
can.
सोचो ना. T1 dot date, this has to be greater than equal to T2 dot date. That means for D3, which columns of the first table is going to be like which rows of the first table is going to be connected? For D3, I'm going to get D3 from the second table, okay?
Right.
D2 and D1. For
So
D3 the
for
value is going to be 40 40 40. जो T1 का जो sales value होगा, right, that is going to be 40 40 40. In the
okay,
second
so we
table
will
you're going to get different result 40 30 20. So summation
right.
on what?
Second table.
Second table. Summation on the second table, because those are the values that you are going to consider, right? So sum T2 dot sales
Right.
as running sales, and that's the answer, by the way. From sales T1 inner join sales T2, on clause क्या है? I'm making sure for every date of the left table I'm only joining those dates from the right table which are less than or equal to. So for D3 I'm going to get a join for sequentially what I'm going to get. D3 के लिए मैं क्या मिलेगा? मेरे को D1 मिलेगा, फिर D2 मिलेगा and D3 मिलेगा. What are the columns at our disposal? I'm going to get T1 dot date, T1 dot sales, T2 dot date and T2 dot sales. Keep in mind. Okay, forget about the group by. अगर मेरे पास पहले मैं बस join कर रहा हूँ, what I'm going to get? T1 dot date, T1 dot sales, T2 dot date, T2 dot sales. For let's say I'm just talking about D3 row. D3, what I'm going to get? For D3, how much do we have? 40. T1 dot sales is going to be 40. T2 dot date corresponding to D1. D1 is a matching row because D1 is less than D3. What do we have for D1? D1 and 20. Again, D3 के लिए T1 dot sales is 40 only. I have a matching entity called D2 because D2 is less than D3. What is the value? 30. Again, D3, 40, D3. कितना आएगा? 40. Is D3 is going to be matched to something else? No. Because only D1, D2, D3 are satisfying the matching condition. The value in the second table state, it has to be less than equal to the value from the first table state. This is the first table date and this is the second table date. Now you have everything in sorted condition. This is not the required thing. This is the required thing that you have to aggregate. Just group by T1 dot date and aggregate the sales of T2 and you have your result. Now talking about the first guy's answer, if I'm going to do, instead of inner join, if I'm going to do a cross join, that is going to give me everything, okay, instead of these guys, okay, and I can use the filter cross join and on clause where T1 dot date is greater than equal to t2 dot date, then only from that initial subset of the data I'm going to get just this data. So the cross join is going to return for D3 what? How many entities will be there corresponding to D3? D3 corresponding मेरे पास 5 होगा. D3 is going to be joined with every guy in the second table, that is the first table itself. So I'm going to get D3 D1, D3 D2, D3 D3, D3 D4 and D3 D5. This is going to be a result of the cross join, and I can put a condition on t1 dot date greater than equal to t2 dot date. Then I'm just going to be working in this regime, and this is the result of this non-equality join with the inner join. It's almost the same thing. Okay, so I can give you this data, I can give you a code. I'll post a message in the WhatsApp group chat. That is going to be a DDL command, create table with values. You can just copy paste and put that in your SQL workbench, and there will be a table created like this, okay, wherever you're going to put, okay, and then you can do this whole thing yourself. Okay, so if you want to try inner join, okay, do it. Try full outer join, cross join, do it. Okay, any questions so far here? किसी को कोई doubt?
Hello, Nikhil here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could please explain way of the cross join, so how we can filter the required result.
Cross join is basically what exactly it's
No,
doing is
after cross join, how we can have our required output.
so after cross join, think about this will be the like output corresponding to D3, right? If you're going to do a matching, first of all, how many rows I'm going to get in a cross join?
5 for the D3. Whatever on the 5 into 5.
5 into 5 without the on clause, I'm going to get 5 into 5, correct?
Right.
Okay, so for every value in the first table, there will be 5 matches from the right table without the on clause, because it's a
Right.
basically Cartesian product. Now, if I'm going to enforce this condition, then these guys are going to be sorted out ना, ये तो filter हो जाएगा ना. अगर मैंने ये cross join का result is going to give me this thing, this whole thing, right? Corresponding to D3, I'm going to get D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. But finally, if I'm going to
Right.
put the on clause, then this thing is going to be filtered out, because
Right.
this is not satisfying. T1 ka date has to be greater than equal to T2 ka date. I'm just going to work in this regime, and this is my correct set. I can just do a group by on D3 and do a summation on D1, D2, D3, and it's going to give me the result. The summation corresponding to the sales of D1, D2, D3. Nikhil, does this answer your question here?
Yes.
Cool. Anyone having any other sort of doubt? Let me know. Cool. I hope that was a good session for you and you learned something. Okay. I do want another class before I wrap things up and hand it over to Mayank. But yeah, let's see. किसी को कोई और डाउट यार? Cool. Thank you यार. फिर तो ठीक है. We'll call it a day, and I'll be sharing the code to create this table in your own SQL workbench in the group very shortly, in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Okay.
Hey, Pius.
Hi.
Vivo here. Can we regularly do the class on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because it is too difficult to join it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. Anyone else who feels
Because
the same way?
uh, I'm not getting time for the practice and for the revision stuff. That's why I'm asking this.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday को तुम आधी जनता तो नशे करने निकल लेते हो यार.
No.
नहीं, no क्या? आधी जनता. I still remember that day on it was Friday and someone had this poll going around. How many of you want the class? Out of 16 guys, 14 said no. ठीक है, वो Friday की बात थी वो. If I'm not wrong, it was Friday or Saturday. I'm a bit confused.
No, it is because we have already so many classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So guys are already fed up of the stuffs.
अच्छा
So we are voted
वैसा
against.
था. मुझे
Yeah.
लगा कि आधी जनता जा रही है नशा
No,
करने.
not because of that.
ठीक है. Cool. तो let's
You
let's
can You can vote for it also. If most of the guys are agree with you, then you
ठीक है,
can either.
अगेन यार, पोल मास्टर जो भी था लास्ट टाइम का, एक कराओ यार, देखते हैं कि क्या रिजल्ट है. व्हाट डेज वुड यू लाइक टू हैव द क्लास, लाइक प्रेफर डेज. ठीक है, एंड लेट्स सी
The,
व्हाट द जनता सेज. ओके,
yeah.
चलेगा. And I also have a word with my mentors and let's see what they have to say. But yeah, let's not go for multiple classes. So if there is going to be session at max 2 to 3 session, if that is fine with you guys, तुम लोग बोल रहे हो कि ज़्यादा classes हो रही है, तो that is going to get a bit tedious, right? So feedback well taken, feedback well taken, and going forward we'll make sure that there are no more than 3 classes in a given week, if that is fine with you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it will be fine. Yeah,
okay,
thank you.
fine, fine, thank you. Any other concerns here? ठीक है, कोई कंसर्न नहीं है तो अगेन आई जस्ट रीआइटरेट दिस होल थिंग. फॉर द असाइनमेंट बिट यू हैव टू सबमिट इट. द लिंक हैज़ टू बी देयर, बिकॉज ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग यार, देर इज़ नो अदर वे टू जज योर परफॉर्मेंस. और मुझे नहीं पता चलेगा कि लास्ट में अगर 10 या 12 में से मुझे किसी एक को पिक करना है, एंड आई वॉन्ट टू like send that guy's resume to my company or maybe Mayank's company or someone, any other partner companies. I have to be very sure that this guy has done the work and he is well suited for that job. Okay, because it
Uh,
also tells a lot about your discipline here. Okay.
do we have to upload the first assignment also?
Yeah.
Which one?
First assignment also. You have already submitted the assignment in the group,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
if you have created a Google Doc, just go to docs.google.com. That assignment will be there already. Okay. Just go find that link. You go to tiny URL, shorten it, and paste it in the tracking sheet. That's all. It is going to take you at max 5 minutes if you've already created the
Yeah.
assignment on Google
Yeah.
Docs.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Hello, Piyush. Nikhil here.
हाँ निखिल.
If we could finish the join session tomorrow, so we can have the complete for the join,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we
yeah.
can go to
I'm
the
planning to, yeah. Like, because
yeah.
I cannot keep things hanging. So if I've started joins, let me at least finish it, and then we can move on to product session. So I'll try to finish it at least by tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. ठीक है? अगर
How
तुम
much how much classes we have left for the SQL especially?
SQL के लिए क्लासेस कभी एंड नहीं होगी भाई. मैं तेरे से 10 क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, यू वोंट बी एबल टू आंसर 10 क्वेश्चंस. Okay, so that is never going to be that way. So what we'll try to do, we'll try to finish at least those key modules in SQL and then ask you to solve as many problems as possible. क्योंकि it's possible कि उसी में से कोई क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा इंटरव्यू में यार. In interview the people don't have enough time to go and create questions, right? I gave you a SQL question, the assignment 1 and assignment 2, those you won't find anyone on the internet. I sit for an hour or something. Okay, सोचता हूँ कि हाँ आज पढ़ाया है, आज के हिसाब से मैं what kind of problems I can make. Okay, but going forward there will be different company actual company interview questions. Okay, so those problem solving sessions are very important. So this theory thing, it can be covered in the next, I'll say, 4 to 5 SQL classes, but after that there will be a full week just for problem solving and discussion session. ठीक है? और कोई कंसर्न और कोई क्वेश्चन किसी को? अभी थियोरी में भी 4-5 क्लासेस और लगेंगी, दैट्स फॉर श्योर, मिनिमम, just for SQL. Some classes I'm going to take, some classes Neil is going to take. Okay, cool. If there are no other questions, I think we can call it off, and I'll see you guys in the next class. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Piyush.
Ta-da.
Bye, everyone.
Bye guys.
Bye.